Hello, welcome back to another video. So today I'll be talking about how I extend or shorten songs to fit the length of my videos. We've all been there. You find a really good song that you think matches your video really well, or you want to use as background for your video, but it's not the right length. So what I've done in the past is when I found a really good song but it was too short, I would chop it up at certain points and try and match it to extend it manually and like copy and paste different parts to repeat. Or what I do is I take two different songs that kind of sounded similar enough that would combined reach the length that I needed for the video, and I would blend them together in the middle using some sort of a fade. But that's a little time consuming and it's always not the most efficient or effective method to use when you want to extend your music out to the length of your video. So I'm going to be showing you how I use Adobe Audition to take a song that is a given length and then extend it or shorten it down to match the length of a video. Personally, I use Epidemic Sound for all of my music just so I don't have to worry about any copyright issues, and for this video I found this track called No Games. In my experience, songs with lyrics have worked just as well as songs without lyrics. So if I drag this song that I just downloaded into my Final Cut project, you can see that the length of it is just over half the length of my video, and in the past I would use a method like the one I described at the beginning of this video where I would duplicate the music track and then I would make a cut somewhere near the beginning. Once I had this second chunk of the song, I would kind of find a general area in the original track where I could blend it into where the waveforms kind of look similar enough. So then I would zoom in on this area where I wanted to make the transition between the original track and the new duplicate that I made. I was looking for spots where the first copy of the track might repeat the same section as the duplicate, or it sounded similar enough where I could hide that transition using just a crossfade between the two. Now the issue with doing it like this is, let's say you found a spot where the songs match and you could make that nice cohesive transition, but it might be too early in the original copy of the song, so you'll have to do this method a third time to reach the length of your video. Now the opposite issue could also happen where the transition point is near the end of the song and that entire new track with the first and the second copy of the song are now too long for the video and you have an awkward cutoff where you just end up fading it out and hoping no one notices. Or the third option that I've found is you realize that there is no good point for the songs to blend between each other, and you don't get like a cohesive transition. It sounds a little bit awkward where you can tell that it was put together kind of forcibly. And this is a similar issue you'd find if you just use like two completely different songs. So that's why one day when I was exploring Adobe Audition just to see if there was anything useful I might need in the future, I was really excited when I found the remix feature. When I figured out how to use the remix feature, it was kind of like a game changer for me because I could just drag in any song I wanted to use, type in the length I needed it to be, and I would automatically have all the adjustments made. I wouldn't have to go in and try and match new spots for the transition. So to do this, just open up Audition, go to the top and click File, and open up the MP3 for the song that you want to work with. Now once you have the file open, go over to the top left of your screen and click on the multi-track button and just go ahead and save this as a new project. Now what this does is that it opens up the multi-track workspace in Adobe Audition. It does look a little bit overwhelming, but don't worry, we're not using like 99% of the options here. Now you can just take the MP3 from the library on the left and drag it down onto track 1 of your multi-track session. Just make sure the beginning of the song lines up with the beginning of the track. And under properties, you'll find the remix session, and if this is closed, just go ahead and expand it with that arrow. And this is where we're doing all of the changes for the duration of the song. So first off, just go ahead and click Enable Remix, and this is where Audition will do some processing. When you enable remixing, Audition will go through the entire track and identify where the song has any loops, transitions, or important segments, so that later when you want to change the target duration of the song, Audition can use this information it's already processed to quickly make changes. So once the processing is done, you can now set a target duration, and the format of this is minutes followed by seconds to 3 decimal places. It does say that the final duration is within 5 seconds of the target time that you give it, so it might take some trial and error to get it to exactly the right time that you want. Alright, so once the processing for the duration change is done, you can go ahead and zoom out on the track, and you'll find these little squiggly lines, which are the remix icons that show you where Audition made changes to the song. And if I play the song back right before the remix logo, you can see that the way Audition changed it is almost seamless. You can't really tell. Now this process also works in reverse, and you can make any song as short as you want. Just go ahead and change that target duration to something shorter than what the original length of the song is, and Audition will cut out what it thinks are unimportant sections of the song, like ones that are repeated a few times. So when I type in a length of 1 minute and 30 seconds, Audition will do some more processing, and you'll see the remix logo pop up on top of the track right where it removed some parts of the music. And if I play it back right where the remix symbol is, you'll see that the transition is essentially seamless, just like when I lengthened the song. So once you have the length that you want, it's time to export so you can use it in your project in either Final Cut or Premiere. So to do this, go to File, then Export, Multi-Track Mixdown, and you can click on Entire Session. This opens up the export pane for Adobe Audition. This is where I set the name that I want for the output, the location that it's going to be saved, and the format. I always go with MP3 because that's what I use in my workflow. Go ahead and save it to whatever works best for you. And I usually leave everything set to what the defaults are, since I find these settings work really well for me and I haven't had any issues yet. So now when I drag this new MP3 that I just saved into Final Cut Pro, you can see that the song is now just over the length of my video, and this allows me to just trim off the first couple of seconds, since I was going to do that anyways, and I have a song that fits the length of my video perfectly. Now you can go ahead and adjust the sound and audio of the song to how you use for your videos. I just lower the volume of the music down just enough so it doesn't overpower my voice, and you can still just barely hear it. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on how I make songs shorter or longer to match my videos. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe for future videos. And if you want more videos about like quick little things like this, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Again, thank you for watching. Here's a video about filming a product video at home, and here's a video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy the most.